Myths you still believe that aren't real. From a young age, we've all been told certain phrases and statements that we accept as undeniable truths. These ideas become ingrained in us, shaping the way we view the world. But it's time to challenge some of these widely accepted myths because science has proven many of them wrong. Today, we'll dive into the top 10 dumb things you believe are real and uncover the truth behind these misconceptions. Number 10. Shaving makes hair grow thicker and darker. How many times have adolescent girls, or anyone new to shaving, heard the warning, "Don't shave, it'll grow back thicker and darker"? This myth has been passed down for generations, but science says otherwise. Kurt Sten, a biologist with over 30 years of expertise in studying human hair, debunked this claim in his research. When you shave, you're simply cutting the hair at the surface, removing the fine, naturally tapered tips. What's left behind is the thicker base of the hair shaft, which can feel coarser and look darker. As the hair grows back, it may seem thicker or darker initially, but this is just an illusion. Over time, the hair resumes its original texture and color. So, rest assured, shaving doesn't magically transform peach fuzz into coarse bristles. It's all about perspective. Number 9. Swallowing gum will stick to your intestines for 7 years. This myth has scared generations of kids who accidentally swallowed gum. The thought of it lingering in your body for 7 years is alarming, but entirely false. While it's true that gum's base is indigestible, your digestive system is perfectly capable of moving it along. Most of the gum's ingredients are broken down, and the rest passes through your body like any other food. So, while swallowing gum isn't exactly encouraged, it won't haunt your intestines for years. Number 8. Hair and nails keep growing after death. This eerie myth has fueled countless ghost stories and horror movies, the idea that hair and nails keep growing after death. However, science tells a different tale. After death, the body begins to dehydrate, causing the skin to shrink and recede. This creates the illusion that hair and nails have grown when in reality they haven't. The keratin that forms hair and nails stops growing once the body's metabolic processes cease. So, while the myth may sound creepy, it's just a case of post-mortem optical illusion. Number 7. Beer bellies are caused by beer. It's a common belief that frequent beer drinkers end up with large bellies, often called beer bellies. But is beer the real culprit? Not entirely. The actual issue lies in what's often consumed alongside beer: high-calorie snacks like chips, wings, and pizza, which significantly contribute to weight gain. Beer does play a role, though, and here's why. Alcohol in beer irritates the stomach lining, increasing appetite and making us more likely to overeat. Additionally, as Michael Jensen, an endocrinologist specializing in obesity, explains, when you drink beer, your liver prioritizes processing alcohol instead of burning fat. This delay causes fat to accumulate, and for men, it typically gathers around the abdomen due to male physiology. Women, on the other hand, are more prone to store fat on the hips and thighs. Number 6. Dogs see the world in black and white. The idea that dogs see the world as if through a black and white filter is a persistent myth. However, science tells us otherwise. Dogs can see colors, just not as vividly as humans. Russian researchers found that dogs perceive a limited range of colors, similar to humans with red-green color blindness. While their color spectrum is narrower, it helps them distinguish objects in their environment. So, while Fido won't fully appreciate a rainbow, he sees the world in more than just shades of gray. Number 5. Carrots improve vision. This popular belief actually has its roots in a clever World War II deception. The British military claimed that their fighter pilots had superior night vision because they ate lots of carrots. In reality, their success was due to advanced onboard radar technology, a secret the British wanted to keep from the enemy. The carrot myth spread globally, reinforced by pop culture icons like Bugs Bunny, who constantly munched on carrots. While carrots are healthy and contain vitamin A, which supports overall eye health, they won't give you superhuman vision or help you see in the dark. Number 4. Swimming after eating causes drowning. As children, many of us were warned to wait 30 to 60 minutes after eating before swimming, lest we suffer cramps that could lead to drowning. Thankfully, this claim holds no water. There's no recorded case in history of anyone drowning due to digestion-related cramps. While swimming on a full stomach might cause mild discomfort, it's not dangerous. The origins of this myth likely stem from parents who wanted some post-meal peace and quiet, using the threat of danger to keep kids out of the pool. By debunking these myths, we can let go of false beliefs and embrace the truth, along with a little more clarity in our everyday lives. Number 3. We only use 10% of our brain. A popular myth claims that humans use only 10% of their brain's capacity, leaving untapped potential for extraordinary abilities if we could unlock the remaining 90%. While this notion might sound fascinating, it's completely untrue. The origins of this myth are unclear, but it may have arisen from early 20th century studies showing that people with brain injuries could still perform certain tasks. This fueled the belief that much of our brain goes unused. Modern neuroscience has debunked this idea. Advanced imaging techniques like fMRI reveal that virtually all areas of the brain are active at different times, even during rest. Simply watching this video means your brain is already using far more than 10% of its capacity. In number 2, if you pull out a gray hair, 2 will grow in its place. You've probably heard this one before. Pull out a gray hair and 2 more will take its place. It's a classic myth, but completely untrue. Here's the truth. Pulling out a gray hair doesn't multiply them. Each hair grows from a single follicle, and plucking it doesn't magically create more follicles. What actually happens is that the same follicle will produce another gray hair because the pigment-producing cells have stopped functioning. This myth likely stems from the fact that once graying begins, it's a natural, gradual process. More gray hairs will appear over time, whether you pull them out or not. So pluck away if you must, but don't expect reinforcements to arrive. Number 1. If you cross your eyes, they'll stay that way. As kids, we were often warned not to cross our eyes, lest they get stuck. Perhaps it was a clever way for parents to curb our silly antics, but science says there's no need to worry. Our eyes are controlled by 7 powerful muscles that work together to move and realign them. No matter how much you practice making funny faces, or even if a fly or bird lands on your nose, your eyes will naturally return to their normal position. So go ahead and cross your eyes for a laugh. They're not going to freeze that way.